we go. There we go. Oh, that's a fish. Bananas, good luck. Ruh-roh. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, that's not good at all. We got stuck, baby. We got stuck. All right, hey there, fellow wanderers. I just kind of forgot actually what I say. It's been a while since I've done a video, guys. It is the middle of the winter, nearing the end of the winter, I guess, up here. Negative 25 last night. That is wind chill. It wasn't actually negative 25, but it was pretty darn cold. This video is going to be a scouting video in the winter. We need to do a little backtracking here before we get started. I guide for muskie in the summertime, and people are always asking me in the spring and in the fall. They're like, "Hey, can we go fishing with you, or can you give us some advice?" And the truth of the matter is, when it comes to spring, early spring and late fall fishing for muskie, I am as lost as anyone else. So this is a scouting video for muskie in late fall. And I say late fall because the day before this video, or like 2 days before this video occurred, we had, I think, 3, 4, maybe even like 5 inches of snow fell in some places. Now, by the time this video happened, all that snow had melted. But it's been my goal for, well, 10 years now. It's been my goal to catch a muskie with snow on the ground. And I haven't yet done it, but it's going to happen. I'm starting to understand the late season game a little bit better. And without further ado, let's jump into this video. We do catch fish. Pretty nice one too. and we learned a couple of valuable things on this trip. I'm going to be talking in the background as the video is going, and I hope you guys kind of learn a little bit on this journey with me. All right, let's get rolling. One valuable thing that I learned on this scouting trip is patience. At times I struggle in the summer with going back and forth between different baits and different styles and trying everything in my tackle box. And this late fall day, I actually ended up switching my lures a grand total of, that's right, 0 times. I had way too much patience, possibly, maybe even too much patience, but I realized I just needed to be methodical. I needed to work areas that I knew should hold fish, and I just needed to use a handful of lures that I knew should work. I ended up using, I don't know if you can see it right here, I used a Death Paws minnow. I used a mini Medusa, and I also used I don't know if it's like an 8, 9.5 inch fly, custom fly by Dark Waters Fly Shop. And those 3 lures ended up being my go-to all day. I had a nice follow on the fly early on. Caught a nice fish on the mini Medusa, and I don't know if the DPM actually had any action or not that day, but it looked good in the water, and I knew it could work. And so that's what I'm talking about, patience, is use what you know should work and be methodical. Sometimes I'm just super chaotic and I'm all over the place with lures, and I don't think in late fall that chaotic approach is going to help you. So tip number 1, be a little bit more methodical.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh.
So the day progressed. The day was starting off fun. I was doing something that I don't usually do. I was solo in my raft. I was actually using the motor to get around into areas that I don't usually fish. And I was trying some new tactics. It was bloody cold. The water temps, I believe, were 38 degrees, which, that's cold. That's really, really cold. When I got to the river and I realized how cold the water was, I was a little bit disheartened, and I was thinking to myself, there's just no way. There's no way I'm going to move fish with 38-degree water temp. But the fish surprised me. The fish absolutely surprised me. I could have potentially boated, I believe, 3 or 4 fish, but I only ended up boating 1. But I was really happy with that 1 fish that I got. But there were a couple of scenarios that went down that could have ended up being boated fish. I just didn't capitalize. A couple of them spit the hook. I had a couple follows that didn't engage. I actually had 1 fish that completely bit through my line, which we are going to get into the second tip. And I guess we're going to do that right now. So, all right, guys, since we just had the fluorocarbon get bite off, we're putting on steel. I don't usually run metal leaders, but today's the day, I guess. All right, let's see if we can find that fish that was in here. So there actually absolutely is one. All right, there we go. Here we go, guys. She's ready. Second tip. It has to do with this right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, read that. This is Seagar. Seagar 100% fluorocarbon, musky, and pike leader. I want you to read that right there. I guess it says musky and pike leader seagar. So, if you've watched my videos, you know that I'm not fishing usually for 45, 50-inch fish. There are 45 plus inch fish in the bodies that I fish, but they're extremely rare. I'm fishing usually petite bodies of water, small systems, and usually the fish are smaller. And so I had this thought, I'm going to roll with fluorocarbon. That's been my thought. And I wanted to use fluorocarbon for this year to kind of see how it would work. And so I was rolling with this 80-pound fluorocarbon that's made for muskie and pike. And I came to a realization. About halfway through the day, I looked down in the water. I had this feeling that I'd had a bite, and so I was looking down into the water, and I made a jerk, reel, looked down in the water, and a muskie, not a big one, probably in like the 32-inch class, comes up, bites straight through the 80-pound fluoro, like that. And that's when I realized my year-long study of whether or not 80-pound fluoro could be used for petite musky bodies of water, for petite musky, that it was a failure. I am now in the firmly believing anytime you fish for muskie, you need to have metal. Or potentially like 150-pound fluorocarbon, but at that point it's so thick and stiff it's basically metal. I think I actually have some right here. I'll pull it out. Well, if I can get it out, there we go. So this right here. Ooh, can you read that? So this is actually what I've been tying up fly fishing musky leaders. This is 40-pound stainless steel leader. And I don't believe muskie can bite through the metal. I haven't had it happen yet. Maybe 5 years ago, I had somebody that I was fishing with using a metal leader that they said they had a muskie bite through it. But I'm not really sure if that happened. Sean, you're probably reading, or not reading, you're probably watching this video. You could maybe chime in down below. But I don't think metal's going to get bitten through. So that's my second tip for you guys watching this video. Just stay away from the fluorocarbon. It's just not good enough. And it took me a year to get to that realization. But next year I'll be full-time running metal. And maybe a year from now, I'll have another tip for you guys. All right, so let's continue with this video. The water was beautiful. The trees were beautiful. It was cold, but I actually had a bit of activity. I was using the fly when I could, and using the pull pause style Medusa when I could, and the death pause minnow during the other times. And I had some action. The one fish that we did catch was probably, I think it was like 36 or 37 when I measured it, but I measured it really quickly. If I had a proper bump board, it probably would have been like in the 37.5-inch range. And then also it was missing most of its tail. And so had it been a normal muskie with a normal tail, it probably would have been about a 40-inch fish.
Oh, that's a fish. Oh, wow.
that's a big one. Yes. Oh, shoot. Wow. Look at that. Guys. Look at that fish. Wow. She's big. Look at that. Beautiful fish. Whew. There she goes. Oh. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. I didn't think I'd catch anything today. I did not think I'd catch a single fish. I'm just out here for giggles. Whew. Nice. I'm out here today, guys. It's the latest I've ever fished and actually caught something. We've already had like 5-6 inches of snow, although it melted. I wasn't expecting anything. Came out here today. Was like, you know what? Let's take the raft for my final send, and that was awesome. First cast in this new spot with a mini Medusa. I actually had a follow earlier today from a decent sized fish, and I was actually fly fishing. So earlier today I had a nice follow on this guy right here. Not really great fishing late in the season, to be honest. I mean, I usually only like fishing in the summer if you guys watch most of my videos, but sometimes you gotta get out there when the weather's right. I'd say it's winter since we've already had 5-6 inches of snow, so this is winter fishing. Can't believe that just happened. That was awesome. That was a really nice fish. She was a really nice fish. She had a messed up tail, so clearly she's been caught before, but that was cool. It was a nice fish. It was an old fish. So you can see from she looks old. Throughout the day, I really wanted to fly fish. If you guys have watched my videos before, you know that I am not a confident fly fisherman. I do occasionally guide fly fishing, but as I always tell my clients, I say, hey, I am a fishing guide first, not a fly fishing guide. I will help you find where fish are at, but the fly fishing aspects, if you want to fly fish with me, you have to actually already know how to fly fish. And I say that just because I don't want to pose as somebody that I'm not. I like fly fishing. I'm just not good at it yet. So you'll see in this video, I'm trying to fly fish for muskie. I'd say my biggest struggle is the double haul. And for those of you that don't know, a double haul is a type of fly cast. So if you don't know anything about fly fishing, the one thing you need to know is that you're not casting the lure, you're actually casting the line. The line is what you cast, and that line then is heavy enough to then pull the fly with it. In traditional fishing, you actually cast the lure, which is heavy enough, to then pull the line with it. So fly fishing, you're actually casting the line. So that's the biggest difference for people that don't know anything about fly fishing. You're casting the line itself. So in a double haul is where you pull the line and it puts a bend in your rod tip, and that bend in your rod tip helps propel the line back towards you, and then as you go to do your cast forward, you pull again to get a secondary bend in your rod, and that pushes your line forward, thus your fly shoots forward. If you've ever heard of somebody like they call it like shooting, like shooting out the line, like that's the idea. Is you do, you know, 1 or 2 false casts and then you shoot the line forward. The problem is I don't have any idea what I'm talking about, and I don't know what I'm doing. If that sounded like I knew what I was talking about, that's awesome. But in practice, my cast is not very good. So I did get a nice follow on the fly. Unfortunately, I didn't capitalize on that one, and but I was practicing up in the front of my boat. You'll notice that I have a standing platform now up in the front of the raft, and I really, really like it. It's just a little bit wonky up there with waders on and wading boots, because I'd feel more comfortable if I was maybe even barefoot. So in the summertime, I think I'm going to really enjoy that, and I'm going to try to get a muskie on the fly this summer, hopefully on video. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I kind of rambled a little bit. I had a little bit of footage there in the background. The day was fun. The scouting went well. A couple of things were learned. I ended up having a tremendous time, and I realized that even when it's bloody cold out, you can still find fish. You just gotta find productive water and work it methodically. And another thing I guess I want to say, let's go to like tip 4. Maybe we're on tip 4. If you're fishing late fall, your window for fishing is very small. You'll see in this video that it looks like it's, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 p.m. and it's actually 2 in the afternoon, and the sun is so low that the fishing window, you only have a couple of hours in the middle of the day to really capitalize. And I mean, again, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe that dusk works well in the fall, but I don't think so. I know night fishing works in the summer, but when water temps are like 36, 37, 38 degrees, I don't think that is as productive of a time period. But who knows? Maybe next year we'll get one at night in the winter. We'll see. I'm currently just kind of bouncing my way down river right now. I'm not even paying attention, just packing up my gear. Whew, I think it's only like 2:45, but check where the sun is at 2:45. It looks like it might be, you know, 8 o'clock out here, but no, it's 2:45. It was a great day. It was an absolute banger of a day. I didn't think I'd catch anything. I didn't even think I'd make a video today, to be honest. Ended up catching 1 fish. Had 2 more bites. Lost one bit me off. And also caught that really nice one. That fish wasn't super long. Partially because it was missing part of its tail, but really fat. I mean, there was a lot of heft to that fish. I think if it had its tail, without, you know, it was probably like a 40-inch fish, but just obviously missing that tail. But yeah, so today the success we had today came right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't want to shake those hooks into my face, but the mini Medusa, I think 3 of the muskie were all in like 100 yards, all on this bait. It's kind of funny, I brought 2 tackle boxes today and I didn't even open them. All I threw was the mini Medusa, the Death Paws minnow, and a single muskie fly. I probably should have put on a different muskie fly, one that I could get to sink a little bit. I don't know why, but the fly was just holding right in the upper, foot or two of the water column, which isn't a bad thing in summertime fishing. But later in the fall like this, I really wanted to get down a bit deeper, and I did get a really nice follow on the fly though, so maybe I should have just kept slinging it. But it's kind of hard when you're fishing solo. It's kind of hard to deal with. I had a headwind today, about a 10-mile-an-hour headwind that you guys can probably hear right now as like static, and that headwind was making it so that I couldn't really fly fish. But you know, I had an absolute banger of a day, like I said. I've never caught fish this late in the year. It is November. Like, oh my gosh, it's November. There were 4 or 5 inches of snow that fell, just like I said, a couple days ago. So, pretty cool. Let's check. I have my temp right here. 39.5. There we go. So 39.5, I'm gonna hit a couple of rocks here. It was a good day. I hope you guys had fun watching this video, and I hope you guys have caught some fish. Oop, I'm gonna hit hard here. Oop, there we go. Maybe I should get back on the oars. All right, peace guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. As always, catch, release, wander. I will see you in the next one. 2-3 months from now, we are gonna have some open water. All right, let's get going.